You ever wonder what happens to a medical claim after it's submitted and why denials seem to pop up out of nowhere? Or how revenue cycle pros keep the money flowing? All this while juggling payer rules, appeals, and ever-changing policies. Well, grab your coffee because this is Coffee and Claims, the podcast where we break down the complex world of medical billing and revenue cycle management one sip at a time. Well, I've spent years in the trenches of RCM, navigating denials, decoding payer policies, and finding ways to make this industry just a little bit easier to manage. So if you're ready for practical insights, real-world stories, and caffeine-fueled conversation, you're in the right place. Let's get started. Welcome to the very first episode of Coffee and Claims. I'm your host, Michael Meitzen. So if you work in medical billing, revenue cycle management, or just want to know more about the process, you are in the right place. This podcast is all about real talk in the RCM world. This podcast, we're going to try to make claims and denials a little less stressful. So grab your coffee and let's settle in. It's that time for what's in your cup. In my cup today, we have Black Rifle Coffee Freedom Roast. Tasty. If you'd like to share what's in your cup, leave it in the comments. And now back to the podcast. All right, let's get into it. Why is RCM so much more than submitting claims? If you've been in this field long enough, you know that hitting submit is only the start of the battle. A claim has to be clean, accurate, follow payer-specific rules, or it's coming right back as a denial. Here are some common misconceptions. If we submit a claim, it'll get paid. Not always. Denials are just part of the job. They shouldn't be. It's just data entry. RCM pros are problem solvers, not just billers. Here's a key takeaway. The best RCM teams think beyond the claim. They focus on denial prevention, appeal strategy, and reimbursement trends. Okay, so let's talk about a real-world example. So recently I worked on this claim that kept getting denied for no authorization. It was very frustrating because we had an approved authorization on file. Unfortunately, this sounds all too familiar. So after multiple calls, escalation, and a well-written appeal letter, we finally got the claim overturned. So the lesson here is never take a denial at face value. Always dig deeper. I know we're all busy, so here are 3 quick ways to make your RCM life a whole lot easier. Check eligibility and authorizations up front. This is going to save you tons of time and headaches later. Track denials and look for patterns. If the same issue keeps happening, you need to locate and determine the root cause and fix that. Appeal smarter, not harder. Payers love specifics. Cite their policies back to them and put those in your appeal letter. And if you take nothing else from this episode, just remember, a clean claim is your best claim. Well, that's a wrap on episode 1. I hope this gives you a new perspective on why RCM is more than just claims. Before we go, I want to hear from you. What is the most frustrating part of your RCM job? Leave me a message in the comments and I might cover that on future episodes. Next time we'll dive into denial prevention hacks every biller should know. You don't want to miss it. Thanks for joining Coffee and Claims. Make sure you subscribe so you never miss an episode. And if you found this helpful, share it with a coworker so they can have a better coffee break.